So today we will be talking about the match between Punjab Kings versus the Rajasthan Royals. So like Punjab Kings versus the Rajasthan Royals match, I think it's the highest successful chase ever. That we chased it in 2020. We are now chasing this in 2026 against Punjab Kings, and we are the first ever team to defeat Punjab Kings streaks. Even in my last video, I told like we will break Punjab Kings record streak for sure. And like we talk about that game, it has been a very good game in the IPL that we see. And so first will be Prabhsimran Singh. Prabhsimran Singh has been playing those shots very well in the IPL that we see. He has been that player who has played a very good knock that we see in the IPL and has been playing a very great knock in the IPL that we see. That is Prabhsimran Singh. Prabhsimran Singh has been so good in the IPL that we see. He has been playing those knocks very well in the IPL that we see. He's been the player who has played very well. Then Priyansh Arya. Priyansh Arya in the first 3-4 overs has been smashing those boundaries very high. He has been playing those knocks very well that we see. He has been that player who has been playing very good in the IPL that we see. That is Priyansh Arya. Priyansh Arya has been that player who has been playing those knocks very well that we see in the IPL. He has been the player who has been smashing those two good knocks in the IPL that we see. He is the player who played a very good knock in the IPL that we see. That is Priyansh Arya. Priyansh Arya is the player who has been playing so good in the IPL that we see, and he has been that player who has played so good that we see. Cooper Connolly has also been playing those runs very well that we see, and has been that player who has been doing very well that we see. In the power play that we see, that is Cooper Connolly. Cooper Connolly has been that player who has been doing very well in the power play. We see that he is the player who has been doing very well in the power play. That is Cooper Connolly. Then we talk about Shreyas Iyer. Shreyas Iyer has been that player who has been doing so good in the IPL that we see. He is the player who has been playing so good in the IPL and has been the player who plays those knocks very well in the IPL that we see. That is Shreyas Iyer. Has played a very good knock that we see. He is the player as a captain. He has been a very good captain for me that we see. That is Shreyas Iyer. And Marcus Stoinis. We talk about Marcus Stoinis in the last 3 overs had a very powerful batting show that we see. He has been that player who has been doing so good in the IPL that we see, and he has been the player who has been smashing high number. Marcus Stoinis playing those knocks very well that we see. He has been that player who has played a very good knock that we see in the IPL. He has been playing so good and so well in the IPL that we see. That is Marcus Stoinis, and he has been playing these knocks. In the last 3 overs, Marcus Stoinis had a good strike rate, and that was and brought the Punjab Kings to 200 that we see. And Marcus Stoinis has been that player who has been too good in the IPL that we see, and he has been the player who has been smashing those runs very well in the IPL that we see. That is Marcus Stoinis. He took the team to a high level total to Punjab Kings were 200 to 220. That is Marcus Stoinis has been that player who has been taking that team to a very high level that we see, and has been that player who has been doing very good in the IPL that we see. And also we see that Priyansh Arya has also been considering has been smashing those runs very well that we see, and Prabhsimran Singh getting a good 50 runs that we see. He has been that player who has been playing so good in the IPL that we see. He has been the player who has been a player who plays a very good run in the IPL that we see. That is Prabhsimran Singh smashing those sixes that we see, smashing those boundaries that we see. That is Prabhsimran Singh has been that player who has been doing very good in the IPL that we see, and he has been that player who has been scoring a huge number of runs in the IPL that we see. That is Prabhsimran Singh, and he has been that player who has been doing very good in the IPL that we see. That is Prabhsimran Singh. And then also we talk about the Rajasthan Royals bowling. I think Nandre Burger considered lacked the number of runs that we see. Even Brijesh Sharma lacked number of runs that we see. Nandre Burger in the power play also went too low that we see. He's been considered more runs that is Nandre Burger, and Brijesh Sharma has also considered like many more number of runs in the IPL that we see, and he's been that player who has been doing very well in the IPL that we see. That is Brijesh Sharma and Nandre Burger considered more runs in the IPL that we see, and they have been that player who have considered more number of runs and gave Punjab to a very higher total that we see. Jofra Archer took 1 wicket, and Yash Raj Punja took 2 wickets that we see, but he is also pulling low. He had bowled a very good spell, that is Yash Raj Punja. Yashwant Punja has been that player who has been doing so good in the IPL that we see, and we have told you that we will break Punjab Kings winning streak in the IPL this year. It would have been the greatest thing that we were seeing in the IPL. Then talking about the Rajasthan Royals batting, Vaibhav Suryavanshi wins the orange cap. Vaibhav Suryavanshi scoring those runs in the first 6 overs has been smashing those runs very well in the IPL that we see. That is Vaibhav Suryavanshi. Vaibhav Suryavanshi has been that player who has been doing very good in the IPL that we see. He's been the player who has been doing so good in the IPL and has been playing a very good knock in the IPL that we see. That is Vaibhav Suryavanshi, 43 of 17 balls. Vaibhav Suryavanshi is the fastest to get 400 runs in the IPL that we see. That is Vaibhav Suryavanshi, and he's been winning the orange cap that we see. He has been that player who has been doing very well in the IPL that we see, and also has won the orange cap this year. That is Vaibhav Suryavanshi. Yashasvi Jaiswal has also been doing very well in the batting. He has been that player who has been doing very well in the batting that we see. Yashasvi Jaiswal has been that player who has been a player who has played so good in the IPL that we see, and he's been that player. And he has been that player who has been playing so good in the IPL that we see. That is Yashasvi Jaiswal has been the player who has played very well in the IPL that we see. That is Yashasvi Jaiswal. And Dhruv Jurel has also played good and has been smashing those runs in the IPL that we see. That is Dhruv Jurel. Dhruv Jurel has been that player who has been playing so good in the IPL and has been that player who can be a good player in the IPL that we see. That is Dhruv Jurel has been that player who has been playing so good in the IPL that we see. He's been the player who has been smashing runs that we see but got out. And then talking about Donvan Ferreira, and Donvan Ferreira is the player who is the big finisher in the IPL that we see. It was a mastermind to send Donvan Ferreira. Donvan Ferreira can be the big hitter for this year's IPL that we see, and he has been that player who has been doing so good in the IPL that we see. That is Donvan Ferreira. Donvan Ferreira has been that player who has been playing so good in the IPL and has been a player who can play so good knocks in the IPL that we see. That is Donvan Ferreira has been the player who plays so good in the IPL that we see. He is the player who has been smashing huge runs in the IPL that we see. And Donvan Ferreira is the big finisher for us in the IPL that we see. And I think Donvan Ferreira has been that player who has been doing too good that we see. And then talking about Shubham Dubey. Shubham Dubey has been that player who has been clearing the boundaries for Rajasthan Royals and has been that player who has been doing so good that we see. That is Shubham Dubey has been that player who is giving a good impact to the Rajasthan Royals team that we see. He has been that player who has been doing so good that we see. That is Shubham Dubey. Shubham Dubey has been that player who has played a very good knock in the IPL that we see. He has been the player who has played very well in the IPL that we see. That is Shubham Dubey has been the player who played very good runs in the IPL and has been the player who has played so good in the IPL that we see. That is Shubham Dubey. Shubham Dubey and Donvan Ferreira's partnership was the highest thing that we see and has been the good thing that we see. But Donvan Ferreira finishing the game for Royals has been the great finisher of all time that we see. That is Donvan Ferreira. I think Donvan Ferreira needs to bat in the middle order to save for Rajasthan Royals team. I think he should be the permanent finisher for Rajasthan Royals team that we see. That is Donvan Ferreira. Then talking about Punjab Kings bowling that we see. Yuzvendra Chahal had taken 3 wickets. I think Punjab Kings, I think the spinners are taking more wickets and it is a momentum of spin pitch that we see and has been that game that we see. That is that is Yuzvendra Chahal. Yuzvendra Chahal has been that player who has been doing so good in the IPL. He has been the player who has been doing so good in the IPL that we see. That is Yuzvendra Chahal has been the player who has been doing so good in the IPL and has been the player who has been a very good player that we see. That is Yuzi Chahal has been the player who has been doing so good in the IPL that we see. That is 3 wickets he has taken in the IPL. That is Yuzvendra Chahal has been a player who has been so playful he has been, and he has been the player who has been playing so good in the IPL that we see. That is Yuzvendra Chahal. And then talking about the wicket taken by. Then we talk about Punjab Kings bowling that we see. That is Yuzvendra Chahal has taken 3 wickets that we see. He has been that player who has taken 3 wickets. That is Yuzvendra Chahal. and Arshdeep Singh has taken 1 wicket but considered more number of runs that we see, and they have been that players who have been. And I think Punjab Kings bowling was not good today, yesterday that we see, and they have been the players who have not been doing very well. You see the Punjab Kings bowling, it was not a good day for Punjab Kings team, and Rajasthan Royals are I think third position that we see in this IPL. Then talking about today's match, that is Mumbai Indians versus Sunrisers Hyderabad. So Mumbai Indians are been the team who have been losing more number of matches that we see. Mumbai Indians have 2 wins in 7 games. So I think Mumbai needs to make a comeback, and if I think Rohit Sharma will play this game against SRH, that might be the concern. If he's available or unavailable that we see, I think De Kock should come in form. Tilak Verma, Suryavanshi Ferreira needs to be more focused on their batting that we see. Hardik Pandya has been a player who has been so good that we see, and has been the player who has been so good. Then Santner is injured, and they have signed Keshav Maharaj for in the Mumbai Indians team that we see, and has been that player who has been doing so good that we see. That is Keshav Maharaj. He has been having a good international T20 spell that we see, and he's been that player who has been doing so good that we see. That is Keshav Maharaj has been the player who has been doing so good. Then talking about SRH team, SRH batters such as Abhishek Sharma is racing for the orange cap winner. Travis Head has been not been in good form. Ishan Kishan has been playing so good in the IPL that we see. He has been that player who has been playing so good in the IPL that we see. That is Ishan Kishan. Ishan Kishan has been the player who can play so good in the IPL that we see. He has been the player who has played so good and so very well in the IPL. He has been a player who has been playing so good that we see. That is Ishan Kishan has been the player who has been the big momentum in the IPL. He has been playing. Ishan has been the player who has been playing so good in the IPL that we see. He's been the player who has been playing so good in the IPL that we see. That is Ishan Kishan has been the player. He has been the player who has played so good in the IPL that we see. That is Ishan Kishan. He has been the player who has played so good in the IPL that we see. And also talking about Nitish Kumar Reddy, and has been the player who has been doing good in the pace. He has been the player who has been good in pace that we see. That is Nitish Kumar Reddy. And also we see Pat Cummins and all. He has been the player who has been too good. And Ishan Malinga is the player who has also been too good in the IPL that we see. And he has been the player who has been doing so good in the IPL that we see. That is Ishan Malinga has been the player who has been too good. And then talking about Mumbai Indians bowling that we see. Mumbai Indians bowling, I think we see that Bumrah, Ashwani Kumar are the players who have been too good. And I think Corbin Bosch should be there. Trent Bolt also should be there. And I think having a strong team, but you all have 2 wins in 7 matches. I think Mumbai Indians needs to make a real comeback in the second half. And Mumbai Indians making a comeback in the second half can be so epic. If they can make a comeback in the second half this year, it will be a major comeback for them. I think in the first half they didn't perform very well. Last year in the first half Mumbai Indians didn't perform very well, but last year in the second half Mumbai Indians have performed well that we see. And will they make a comeback in the second half? And SRH have 4 wins that we see under Ishan Kishan's captaincy. Ishan Kishan has been maintaining a huge good captaincy that we see. He has been that player who has been doing so good in the IPL that we see, and he has been the player who has played so good in the IPL that we see. That is Ishan Kishan. Ishan Kishan is the player who has been playing a very good knock in the IPL that we see. He has been that player who has been doing very well in the IPL that we see. That is Ishan Kishan. He's been the player who has been doing so good in the IPL that we see. That is Ishan Kishan. He's the player who plays so good in the IPL, and has been the player who has played a very good run in the IPL as a captain also, and has been smashing those boundaries that we see. That is Ishan Kishan that we see. And that's all for today, and make sure you like, share and subscribe for more videos, and comment on my YouTube channel. Thank you.